Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deirdre Derby and I am the owner of a home-based fitness studio called Dragonfly Vitality, where I provide small group fitness and yoga classes. And I'm so excited to be bringing these yoga classes to you that you can actually do in the comfort of your own home. So today's yoga practice is going to create a little bit more heat in our bodies. We're going to kind of address the solar chakra. The solar chakra is responsible for our motivation, for our sense of power, and that sense of really wanting to get out there and do something. So that's what we're going to address today. So all you need is a yoga mat. If you have blocks available, that's great, or a blanket. You don't need them, but they are handy if you have them nearby, and maybe just a water bottle. So get yourself ready and we'll go ahead and get started. Taking a moment to really find yourself seated on your mat comfortably. So I've placed a blanket just underneath my sit bones to elevate the hips slightly off of the mat to give me a little bit more comfort, since we are going to be sitting in this position for a couple of minutes. On the eyes to really ground yourself and find yourself in this time and place. And just start with a few nice deep breaths in through the nose and out. Let go of anything that went on in your day before you stepped onto your mat. Really find yourself present in this time and in this place. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale. Find a little more length through the spine. Lift to the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Let's take one more nice deep cleansing breath. Inhale here. Exhale through the mouth with a big sigh, and then just open the eyes. So breath of fire, we're going to place one hand on the belly to really feel what is actually happening here. As you inhale, I want you to press the belly outwards so that you press into the hand. And as you exhale, I want you to draw the belly in and upwards, so it's coming in towards the spine and then up a little bit towards the diaphragm. And that's going to help you to expel the air without that much force. Then as you inhale again and press into the belly, that is going to create like a balloon, and it's going to suck that air back in. So let's try that here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep that going. And just relax. Let the breath return to normal. Now, as you stop, you may start to feel some sensations coming through the body, maybe a little bit of tingling, a little bit of a wave of that energy as it kind of expels out of you. So that's really the force and the power of this breath and what it's creating for us. We're going to do that one more time. Now, if you are familiar with breath of fire and this pace that I'm taking is a little slow for you, feel free to take it faster. I'm kind of gearing towards those who haven't done this before, so you can follow my breath, or again, take it even slower or take it a little faster. So again, placing the hand on the belly. Inhale, press into the hand. Exhale, expel. Inhale, exhale. Let's keep going. Inhale. Just a few more. One more. And release. Inhale. And exhale. And take a moment to again notice what is happening in your body. Notice that energy. And release. And then we're going to make our way into a tabletop position. So shifting over and removing the blanket, placing it off to the side, and finding our way into a tabletop position with hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. As we inhale, let's drop the belly and lift the heart space. And exhale, start from the tailbone, round it through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Now, as you continue with these two movements, I want you to find your own breath. I encourage you to follow that breath and not worry about my pace, whether my pace might be slower than yours or faster than yours. I want you to find what's right for you. Then maybe getting even a little deeper into each of these poses, since we are going to try to create a little more heat in the body. Maybe pressing a little deeper into the hands and really lifting the space between the shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly, really draw the shoulders down. Let's finish one more round. And then making our way carefully into a neutral spine. We're going to make our way right into our first plank. You're going to step back with one foot. Really strengthen that leg, lifting the knee strongly up to the ceiling. Press into the hands. Step back with the other leg. Now we're going to be here for a few breaths. Really, again, engaging with that heat that we've already started to create in the belly, and maybe then spread that heat a little out through the shoulders, through the legs, and expand that field of energy. If this is too much for you, drop the knees anytime that you need to, but I encourage you to hold your plank as long as you possibly can. And perhaps every time you do this video, you hold it a little bit longer. Now, that brings me to my next series of videos is going to be focusing on yoga for core strength. So join me for that starting in March. Take one more nice deep breath in here, and then as you exhale, I want you to think about the hips. Start to lift the hips and draw the hips and thighs back into your first downward dog. Take a moment here and we're going to check the position of our downward dog by lifting the heels and waving forward back into our plank position. This is always a very good gauge of whether or not our downward dog is where it's meant to be. Exhale, draw back into downward facing dog. And let's wave forward and back again. Inhale to come forward into plank. Exhale, lift it back, downward facing dog. Again, dropping the knees anytime you need to. We're going to come forward again. Inhale here. Exhale, draw back. Remembering that taking some breaks in yoga is perfectly fine if you need to drop into a child's pose. Maybe today you do just one of these flows, and maybe tomorrow you do two. The next day, maybe you're able to do three. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale to wave it forward. You might be feeling those shoulders right about now. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take another nice deep breath in here, and as you exhale, look forward. Let's step up to the top of the mat and give our shoulders a little rest. Start to inhale to lift and lengthen the spine. Find that nice, beautiful, long spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head, the hands placed on the shins or the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's reach the arms out to the sides as we bring the palms to touch over our head. First time, let's bring those hands back into heart center to to really take a moment to set an intention for today's practice. Then inhale, reaching the arms all the way back up. Exhale, come back into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back into your plank position. Holding it nice and strongly. I really urge you to hold your plank as long as you can. If this is new to you, drop again the knees anytime you need to, and the next time you do this video, hold the plank a little bit longer. Taking one more nice deep breath in. Elbows are going to reach back as we slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to lift a tiny bit up into a baby cobra. Exhale, release it down. Tuck the toes. Push yourself up through hands and knees. Then straighten the legs and lift and draw the hips and thighs back into your downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale to look forward, step back up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Starting to really engage with the breath. Inhale to reach all the way up. A little bit of continuous movement. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step to your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Now again, coming up through hands and knees, or if you're feeling very energetic, pressing up through a plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale to look forward, step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach up. Little back bend as those palms come together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step into your plank. This time, if you do practice upward dog, lowering only halfway down through Chaturanga Dandasana, untuck the toes, knees are lifted, lift the heart space. Starting from the hips, lift and draw the hips and thighs back to downward facing dog. If that's too taxing on your spine, just coming all the way down and coming into cobra. Lifting the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale to draw that knee in towards the chest. Shift forward, look up at the top of the mat, and then place a foot between the hands. Now I say that like it's easy, and it's not. So if you cannot get your foot all the way between the hands, please do not think that this isn't for you. Just take it where you need to, and slowly bring the foot between the hands. You're gonna drop the back heel, and then windmill the left arm up and around, and we'll make our way into our first Warrior Two. Take a moment here in Warrior Two. Just relax through the shoulders, get length through the arms. You may be getting a little deeper into that front knee, grounding the pinky on the left foot, and squaring the hip bones to the floor underneath you. Inhale here. We're going to exhale and come into Exalted Warrior, releasing the left hand to the thigh and the right hand reaching up over the head. Slight little twist here through the spine as we lift the bottom rib up towards the ceiling. But think of lengthening the spine. Imagining that you're rolling over a ball here. So that we're not crunching it back, but we're lifting up and over. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. We're going to release the right forearm all the way to the right thigh. Then the left arm is going to reach up and over our head. You're going to try and draw the shoulder down and back, and then open the heart space. You may look down, if that feels comfortable, to the side, or perhaps up at the elbow crease if it feels okay on the neck. We're going to flow through those three movements a few times to create, again, a little more heat. Slowly, and then with your own breath. So on your next inhale, use your left hand to draw your way back up into your warrior two. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale to come back into, exhale to come back into exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, exalted warrior. I want you to flow through those three positions, following your breath. Again, just as we did in cat-cow, if I'm going too fast or too slow, find your rhythm, find your perfect pace, and follow it. Really focus on the breath, moving with the breath. Feel that heat that's building up. Let's do that one more time. Holding your extended side angle pose. Then looking down at the front foot. Rotate and lift the back heel off the mat as we turn all 10 toes to face the front of the mat. Plant your hands, taking your right foot, step all the way back into downward dog. Once again, that is something that takes a bit of practice, and it will come with time. So if you need to take a few steps to get here, that is perfectly okay. Remembering that we are created as perfectly imperfect beings, and that is exactly who we are meant to be. Take a breath here in downward dog, and exhale. Then on your next inhale, let's lift the left leg up. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest again. Place the foot between the hands, dropping the right heel. Inhale, warrior two. Take a moment to adjust your warrior two. Even taking a look down and making sure that you are able to see the big toe mount. And if not, just drawing your left knee a little bit away so that you can see, even if it's just a sliver of your big toe. Inhale here, exhale to come into exalted warrior. Lift the heart space. Find that gentle twist through the spine. Inhale and exhale. Feel that breath in the belly. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale, release the left forearm to the left thigh as the right arm reaches up and over your ear to come into extended side angle pose. Then getting ready to come into a little bit of a flow. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, exalted warrior. Continue with those three moves. Follow your breath. Complete that once more. Holding extended side angle pose. Turning to gaze down at the front foot, rotating the torso so the hands come on the mat, the bottom heel lifts off the mat. Plant the hands, carefully step back, downward facing dog. Take a moment in downward dog. Lengthen a little more through the spine. Inhale and exhale. Let's start to drop the knees onto the mat. Take a moment here to bring the knees wide on the mat and drop into a child's pose. Allow the forehead to perhaps rest on your stacked fists, a block, or all the way down to the floor. Take a moment to really breathe into the back of the body. One more nice deep breath in and out. Bring the hands under the shoulders to make your way back up to table. And we're going to shift to one side and come to a seated position on our mat. We're going to find ourselves in a nice diamond-shaped position with the feet. So our feet, I'll move back here so you can see my feet a little better. So the soles of my feet are together and my knees are opening to the sides. You can move the feet further away from you if that feels better. And once again, always placing blocks underneath the knees if you need to. Now, you might find that this is an extensive stretch right here for you. And if that's the case, then just stay right here. If you want to get a little deeper, maybe grabbing onto the ankles, lift and lengthen the spine, and start to come forward with a flat back, and then start to round the back down a little bit. If you find that you want to go even deeper, you can, if it's available to you. Start to tuck the hands underneath the shins and clasp onto the feet, and then allow the head to rest. Try to relax through the shoulders and relaxing through the hips as much as possible. Let's hold this for about 2 more nice deep breaths. Maybe you're noticing that those muscles are starting to release a little bit. Then slowly coming out of whatever version of this pose you are in, we're going to make our way onto our backs. So shifting forward, I want you to tuck the tailbone underneath you and then slowly release all the way down onto the mat. Start to tuck the shoulder blades underneath you and bring the heels in close to the glutes, and your feet should be about hip distance apart. Placing the hands by your sides, let's start to open through the front side of the body. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the hips up off the mat any amount that feels comfortable to you. Perhaps you're able to shimmy side to side and roll the shoulder blades underneath you a little bit more, and then lift the heart space up towards the chin. Maintaining a little bit of energy through the legs, drawing the knees towards one another, but don't worry that they're not touching. Take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale to slowly release it back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale again, lift the hips up off the mat any amount. If you like, perhaps you'd like to clasp the hands right underneath that flat bone on the low part of the back. Then little bend in the elbows, press into the elbows to help assist a little higher of a lift. Inhale. Exhale to release and lower it all the way back down. Let's finish it off one more time. Inhale to lift, perhaps clasping the hands. This is only an option, not necessary. And then maybe, if you'd like to lift the heels, you can walk the heels in maybe a little bit closer. Again, this is completely optional. Lift through the hips, really opening through the full front of the body. Take a nice deep breath in and then exhale, releasing the hands. Slowly release the hips all the way back down. Then let's just release the low back with a few windshield wipers. So we're going to take the feet a little wide on the mat and then dropping them over to one side, and then windshield wiper them over to the other side. Just move my block out of the way here. And then over again. I'm just going back and forth a few times to allow the spine to return back to its natural position. Then coming back into center. Again, just really find that back nicely placed on the mat, we're going to start to extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Just holding it here for a few moments to allow the energy of the legs to start to come down into the torso. This is beautiful for nourishing the inner organs. It's really good for our immune system. And again, it's going to nourish the area of our solar plexus, the solar chakra that we're trying to address today. You can start to close down the eyes if you like and soften through the eyes and the jaw. Just letting the system know that our yoga practice is coming to an end and it's okay to allow the body to cool down. Then slowly start to bend in the knees to bring the feet back to the mat. Let's extend the left leg, keeping the right knee bent, taking the hand and gently drawing the right knee over to the left side. Then watching your right shoulder is going to really poke off the mat, so pushing it down into the mat, extending the right arm out, look over the right shoulder. Then inhale to bring it back into center. Bending in the left knee, extend through the right. Start to drop the knee over to the right side, extend the left arm and look over the left shoulder. Then inhale, bring it back into center. Reset the hips and then get yourself set up for your final relaxation. The most traditional is legs extended, feet wide on the mat. Just push myself up a little higher here on the mat. Let the legs start to relax as the knees drift out to the sides of the room. Now, for some people, this may not feel very comfy on the back. And if that is the case, bend the knees. Take the feet to the outside edges of the mat and allow the knees to drop in towards one another. Taking a nice deep breath in, slowly let it out. Feel yourself sinking a little deeper into the mat. Relax the muscles around the eyes, releasing the furrows in the brow, softening the muscles in the jaw. Let the arms become heavy. Noticing any of the sounds that are around you. Noticing the feeling of the mat underneath you. Trying to release the thoughts as they come into your mind, as they will do. Just let them go. You can stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. So if you'd like to stay here longer, just ignore the end of the video and stay until you're ready to come out of it. If you're ready to come out of it, start to bring some slow movements into the fingers and the toes. Rotate through the wrists and ankles. And extend the legs and reach the arms overhead and stretch from the fingers all the way to the toes. And then draw the knees into your chest, wrapping the arms around the shins. Give them a little squeeze in. Take a moment to find some gratitude for today's practice. Thank yourself for gifting yourself this time on your mat, to you and to your body. Then slowly rolling over to one side, and then gently make your way up to seated. Find yourself just in a simple cross-legged position, we'll finish off our practice by placing our hands together in prayer position, the chin slightly bowed. Once again, I want to thank you so much for sharing this yoga practice with me. I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can keep up to date with all of the new videos that I have planned in my mind to bring to you. Once again, the next series is going to be on core strength through yoga practice and building that up. We're going to start very slow and progress every week. With that being said, the light in me honors the light in each and every single one of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.